And good morning, afternoon, evening, traders. Been off the air for a bit here. Made a video or two uh, reference the Holy Grail of Trading. That should be a 2 or 3 part video series. The first is posted. Actually, giving you the true Holy Grail for trading free. And I think it's time that the hype and the BS stops. And the purpose of this stream, of course, and this channel is to provide me with a visual trading journal and also to provide like-minded traders or people like myself who are striving for continued and uninterrupted profitability, the tools that you might need to do that, psychological and also uh, the manual tools like the trading platforms, which you see here in front of you. This is the NASDAQ. This is the E-mini. And this is my Jigsaw Trading Dome. The platform here is Tradovate. It's the TopStep trader log on for Tradovate. This is the desktop version rather than the web-based version. So, been about 3 weeks since I've posted any videos here. I had to get some changes in the audio equipment, and over the holiday and whatnot, we had some other things going on. So, back into the markets now. This GameStop story is running amok. This is the 29th of January, 2021. I am broadcasting live from Southeast Asia. You'll see the Central Standard Time clock here. It's 10 o'clock at night on Thursday night, and it is 12:42 in the afternoon on Friday here in Kuala Lumpur. So the markets had a big sell-off in the Asian session here. Unfortunately, I was occupied with life and didn't take advantage of this trade. A couple of developments since I was last on the live stream. My goal is to show, and I have actually committed to try to show every trade live on stream. I really find it questionable when these folks, some of them are, down thousands of dollars or blew up or whatever, and then miraculously have recovered off stream the next day. So I didn't want to have that happen. And obviously, the point of this channel is my live trading journal. So what good does it do me if I don't record the trades? Having said that, yesterday evening, I did take one trade, $222 profitable. And that's the only trade that's been taken off stream. You'll notice that the equity balance here is $50,222.60. I thought that it would be over the holiday. I reset the TopStep Trading Combine Stage 2 or Step 2 account to zero it out so that the numbers and the graph and the progression charts would match and be. I'm trying to achieve full accountability here for myself and for any of those of you who are on the find value in this channel and subscribe or follow us. Hopefully that number will increase so that we can have a nice community of like-minded traders here looking for consistent profitability, which is, after all, the holy grail of trading. And as I said, I did post the first of a multi-part series of videos, pre-recorded videos on the channel, which is the Holy Grail of Trading Part 1. And you can review that at your leisure. I don't know if there'll be 2 or perhaps just 1 more video. I'm trying to hold the videos to 30 minutes so that they're manageable for YouTube and viewers' attention span. But we'll see how that works out. They'll definitely be posted and will always remain free. So, having said all that, pretty red across the board here. NASDAQ is down 1.53%. And when we're talking about down, that means that from settlement, which is right here, settlement is 13,186. So settlement is actually here. From the settlement price yesterday's close, and something that is interesting to note, close obviously is here. The close and the settlement price very frequently differ. Settlement is the agreed upon closing price or the settlement price for contracts. And so settlement here yesterday was 13,186. That means that we're down 1.5% or 198.75 now, 200 points lower than settlement. So there you have it. And they're obvious, right? There's 299 and settlement is 286. So that's how that works. We'll zero ourselves out here so we see what the book looks like. Well, there's lots of gaps in the book, and the book is pretty thin. You'll notice that this is the bids. This is the offers. And obviously the move was from around 9:30 this morning. Now, this is kind of disappointing because these times are showing local based on my computer. And this is my normal military time, which I have on my computer. The new charts from Tradovate don't pick up the time formatting, and they do the PM AM thing, which is, I don't prefer, but I haven't figured out a way to change that yet. These are the new type charts. This is still one of the legacy charts. Until I'm convinced that all the data is the same, I will leave it as it is until I'm convinced that I'm seeing the same data. In other words, the value area high, the value area low, the VWAP are all similar. In this case, we've got VWAP here of 13,089 and about the same there. So that's a good thing. Not seeing the value areas here as I would have expected. This is not, need to refresh this or update this. I see the problem. Need to add the second volume profile here. Day session, overnight session. We don't want the value area lines. We want the value area to be 69%. Colors are, that's not what we want. Let's do this. Let's open the existing, which has the percentage, the colors, set that as the draft, as the default, save. And now when we add the second, which will be the, now we picked up all the defaults. The only thing we need to change here now is that this is the overnight session. So we'll have a value area high and low and POC for both the day and the overnight, or the Globex and the regular trading hours, depending on terminology. Like now we have the POC and the value areas and value area high. That's something I want to change. I don't want the second profile. Oop. I don't want the second profile to have the value area high lines and value area low. That way I can see at a glance what I'm looking at historically. Now I know that without the value area high and the value area low lines on the graph, that I'm looking at a glowback session. And I know that the change in color here, this lighter gray is value area, the darker gray is outside the value areas. Same over here. So let's see if we can look at yesterday's trading. This is the updated version of Tradovate, so I'm just kind of feeling my way around here now. I know. There we are. Okay. We want to look at yesterday. All my trouble seems so far away. Here we are. So here is the yesterday's trade. We took one trade. Average time in the trade was 20 seconds. We made $230. Our commissions were $740, so we netted out $220.60. And there you have it. One trade, 2 lots, was a winner, no losses. Okay. Good. So there we have it. Now, I will probably not trade in this late Asia Globex session until we see the London Open. But I wanted to get the stream back up and make sure everything was functioning properly. It all looks good. I believe I've got the audio straightened out, so that is a good thing. And yeah, so we have our brackets. We have our brackets built out in Jigsaw. Jigsaw has some different capabilities in terms of brackets. They do not have any kind of capability to move to break even, for example, things like that. It's more of a basic bracket system. Whereas Tradovate, you can do some creative things, have a profit trigger, auto break even, things like that. I'm going to be experimenting with some different brackets. This one, for example, which is a 2-lot. What it essentially does is we've got a first contract, there's a 9-tick profit, 10-tick stop. The second contract is a 14-tick profit and a 10-tick stop. And I'm going to play with these profit targets to try to maximize my profit to loss or win to risk ratio to maximize the benefit of the trading, but still keep it within a and that's going to happen. And the stop will also be adjusted based on the trading range or the rotational range, because we have to have those stops within reason for our risk management plan. But also, we don't want to be just sitting in the line of fire within the rotational range, where we're going to get an excessive amount of stop outs, stop losses. So those are things I'll be experimenting with going forward through the next weeks. And of course, as this is the TopStep Trader Stage 2 of the Combine, I have a profit target of $3,000. I'm up $222.60. You have to trade a minimum of 10 days. I cannot have a more, my daily stop loss is $1,000. And the weekly trailing stop is 1,000. So at the moment, until I reach $1,501 profit, I have a maximum of 2 contracts. Then I will be up to 3. Then at 20, I think it's 22,000 and change, I can move to the total, which is for this combine, the 50,000 combine. I have a total number of contracts available to trade once that's a live account as 5. So right now we're following the scaling plan and the risk management plan. That elements of which are described in detail on the part 1 of the Holy Grail tape recording, which is on the channel. I suggest that you check that out. And if you find value in this information or feel that you think similarly to myself, please subscribe. That helps. Thumbs up, whatever. And if you're interested in knowing when the channel goes live, you can click the bell notification and then you'll be notified when we do go live. I am the trader here. As I said, this is basically my live video trading journal. So I'm not a broker or an advisor. None of this should be construed as trading advice. Past performance is not indicative of future results. You can lose a lot more money than you invest. All that disclaimer conversation. But it's the truth. And it's something that people need to be aware of. This is a highly leveraged product, which means you can have good profits in a hurry. You can also have good losses if you don't have a proper risk management and trading plan. So we're getting back up here to lower 1 standard deviation. These lines are 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations away from the VWAP. This is the POC, and I don't have any other indicators on my charts. I do like the new charting definition. I think is better than it is on the old charting. But I want to be real sure that I have the proper similar values. Also like the cumulative delta display is clearer. So I will probably be switching this chart out to the new version here. This is a 20 range chart. This is a 5-minute. And this is the ES 5-minute. Once we get in regular trading hours, I'll switch to the TPO chart. I don't run TPO in the Globex. This is where we're trading at the moment. This was yesterday's trade. This is the market profile, and this is the volume profile from yesterday. This is the Globex daily volume profile, which you'll notice is the same here. And on the Jigsaw, the value area is the gold. So 3054, 1354 is value area low. And there you go, right there. The POC at 3130. Yep. And the VWAP at 086. Let's see if that's where it belongs. No. Yeah. VWAP is here at 085.75. It's the purple. Unfortunately, it's small and kind of hard to see in this particular instance, but that's where it's at. So I have this. This is an extremely accurate program or platform. Very lightweight, never lags, always accurate, and I always use that to cross-reference values on my charts to be sure that I'm right. As I said, there's a couple of drawbacks to the bracket systems on Jigsaw, in that you can't have the break-even set up, or at least I'm not aware how to do it. I've owned it for about 6 or 7 years, so I think I would know if it was in there. Anyway, so we're going to consolidation going on here. Let's see if the new and the old match. What do we have here? 1384. Yep. 90, 89, 88, 50. Looks to me like we're, first of all, we better get this out. This is 20. We need to get this to a 10-point range. There we go. This is 50, so we better get them similar. So there we have. You'll notice that the older charting, the daily volume histogram is almost imperceptible. At least it's hard for me to see. And this is a 4K 40-inch monitor, so pretty high definition. It's hard for me to see that, but it's much more visible. Here they've made some great improvements with the background graphics within the charting. And you'll see here that essentially we're on the same scale time-wise, but we have a lot clearer view of the cumulative delta. Something wrong with the scaling there, if you notice. This goes from 8 to 1300. I hate this. They don't scale the same. Yeah, of course, one of the problems is the width of the chart. That's what's wrong. That's what's going on. Yeah, I find the new charting much easier on the eyes. You can see the range, which is in the grayed out area. So this is the Globex low currently, and you can't make that out here at all, or at least I can't. So I think I'll be changing to the new charting format on all of my charts, probably this afternoon or over the weekend. I may make a video when I do that to kind of describe the setup of the Tradovate platform. Again, this is the TopStep Trader Combine, Step 2, $50,000 account. And this is the Tradovate desktop platform. I don't use the web-based. I have quite a fast connection here and a very powerful PC built dedicated purpose built for trading. So I don't have much of a problem with my connection or lag. And of course, I always have the option if something does go wrong, I have two internet providers into my office. This is a fiber optic high speed, and I also have a high speed copper, both Cat9 interface to my computers, and I have two separate computers, so I can, if one goes down, I have one on another IP service that I could jump online and get out of a trade, or in case of an emergency. That's a redundancy backup that I think you'll find is extremely important. All part of the risk and money management. This is a business. This is my financial business, and I take my business seriously. And I am disciplined and serious about this business. So, with that said, it's about 20-minute stream. Nothing really to look at here. The market is risk off, as you can see, quite obviously. This is the ES, the NASDAQ, the mini ES, mini NASDAQ, the Dow. Risk off across the board. The Nikkei is the only one that's showing any kind of green, and that's just limited financials. We've got a mixed bag. Looks like flight to the treasuries, so that would be consistent with a risk-off position or posture. Currencies. Oof. Wow. The dollar's the only one up, so money's definitely gone out of equities and indices, and a slight improvement in the dollar, but all the rest of the financials are taking a hit. Energies, same story. What the hell's going on? There we are. So crude oil is trading about 52, down 0.13. Open interest is high. Settlement's 52.34. We got 437,000 open interest in crude. I don't follow the meats or the grains. Metals or softs. Gold is, as usual, money flowing into gold with a risk-off posture. That's understandable. So I would say that futures would be set to open lower in London, as is pretty obvious here. This is our look at this. Here was yesterday's regular trading hours. Settlement's about here. That settlement's right there, actually, where the VWAP was. Close and open. And you'll see that we are virtually 100% short, or negative inventory, short inventory 100% so far on the Globex. So right down at that Globex low from last session, approaching the Globex low from last session, and the big low from Tuesday. This was Thursday, Globex, Wednesday, I'm sorry. 881. So got a lot of support right here at that number of times we've taken a hit there. That's a pretty strong level at the 964, just under that figure. But what a beautiful thing. Had someone just shorted that and sat on it. Shorted the open and look out below. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 points. Oh. $1,800 on one contract. Quite a nice trade. So I will close the stream off now and rejoin in a few hours for the London Open, and then the regular trading hours open. So if you continue to trade, remember your sole object, the goal of your trading, your holy grail, is risk money management, proper trade sizing, so that you can be able to trade tomorrow. You cannot expect success or consistent profitability if you blow up your account today and cannot trade tomorrow. That's the name of this game. Trade safe. Have a lovely morning or whatever, evening, whatever it is for you. And I'll be back in a few hours for the London Open. And then the regular trading hours open at 8:30 Central, which is 22:30 my time, Southeast Asia. So trade safe and have a great rest of your day.